there, gorgeous. Okay, so here you are. You're my very first live video interview. Welcome to Why Am I Yelling Live? I'm going to do a quick intro. I'm going to intro you, and then I'm going to let you do a little bit of talking because I'm still laughing about your video from this morning. So Tameka's a little crazy, and I love her so much. And so you guys, my name is Krista Rizzo, and I am a parenting and relationship coach. And I started writing a blog several years ago called Why Am I Yelling? Hence the Why Am I Yelling name that you see all over the place when you are looking for me, if you're looking for me. And I decided to go into coaching about a year and a half ago. And through that, I have met some really amazing, wonderful people. And so I decided to host a live video show because I was on the podcast track. And I realized, you know what? I would rather see my people than have to just listen to them. Because I think video is fun and you get to see our personalities and you get to see, you know, us being really truthful and raw, honestly. So somebody's got some feedback there. So I love that. And, you know, it's been a little bit of a struggle to find the right platform. We were doing it on Blab over the summer and then they went down and it was a total disaster. And so it's been a few weeks since we've actually hosted a Blab show. It's not even a Blab show, a live show. But I'm so excited that you decided to do this. And so Tameka and I met through one of the multiple Facebook groups that we belong to together. And I am just drawn to her because I love her energy and I love her message. And so I would like to introduce everybody to Tameka Anderson. And Tameka she's an author. She's a court-appointed special advocate for youth in foster care. She is a specialty foster parent herself. She also sits on the Governor's Board of Children and Family Services Task Force team in the Atlanta area. And she has a coaching practice called Parenting Confident Kids. And she coaches parents and children. And I am so happy to have you here. I am so happy to know you. And I want you to do a little bit more intro of yourself. And then I want to talk about your topic. Our topic for today is Tameka's Choice. It's about it taking a village to raise children and really raise ourselves as parents. So welcome and take it away, my darling.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Raising ourselves, I don't know if I want to grow up yet. Adulting is hard.
It's hard.
Man. But yeah, so like you pretty much covered it. I don't like to go into all of those particulars. Yeah. You want to know more about me, Google me. So, you know, I really do enjoy being a mom. Above anything else is like people always ask me, well, what do you love doing? And I'm like, I love being a mom, you know. Yes. People are just like, well, okay. Are you just saying that it's because it's cliche? And then I'm just like, you know what? At first I used to say it because it was cliche, like, oh, I love being a mom. Of course I would love being a mom. No. You know when people throwing tomatoes and stuff at you and saying, oh, you're a horrible person. You don't like your kids. Well, guess what, doggone it? There are going to be some times you don't like those little buggers.
That's right.
But, you know, like I say, I tell my parents all the time, you know, in building confidence, is being a confident parent. It doesn't mean that you're perfect. It just means you're firm, you know, you stick to your guns, you know what you want, you know who you are, and you're not afraid to be who you are, like me, you know, as you can see. I'm a kid at heart. I love laughing, joking, playing, and so you'll often see me with my little fuzzy ponytail and, you know, just doing life. But that's exactly what I talk to my parents about, and I'm so excited about being here today. So let's get started.
Okay, so let's talk about, it does take a village, right? I talk about it all the time in my blog posts that I am often shouting out to my village of my girlfriends, my village of my parents, my village of our teacher, like the people that are often overlooked in our village, our teachers, our instructors, our coaches for our kids. Like, they are all part of my village. So talk to me about the challenge with raising our children in our village. Talk to me about having a supportive community, how important it is, and tell me about your parenting journey, because I know it started early for you. You were a young mom.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just start where I started. Um, I became a mom at the age of 18. I was actually a senior in high school when I was pregnant.
Okay.
And I grew up in the foster care system, so I was still a foster child. So unfortunately, I was stigmatized already, like, oh, there she goes on the road to statistics, you
Right.
know. And so the first lie that they told me was that, oh, you're pregnant in high school. You're not going to finish high school. Well, I walked across the stage, big belly and all.
Whatever.
Okay, now
right.
what?
You did it.
So then after I proved that lie wrong, then they're just like, oh, well, you're gonna be on public assistance because you're young, you were in the system, you just don't know any better. Well, working two jobs and never on public assistance,
Yeah.
then what else you got? So
right. Keep it coming.
right. So
yeah.
then they're just like, well, you're gonna get depressed and you're gonna start doing drugs and alcohol, and then your kids are gonna be in foster care. Well, guess what? None of that happened.
Right. Right.
So, not only did that not happen, but I, learned that I knew I'm kind of a rebel at heart. So I had all of this brilliantness, if I can put that as a word, in my brain. And I just couldn't be contained in one specific area. I wanted to be able to teach children. I love kids. That was one thing that I absolutely did. And that's how I started my first business and created kids clubs. So I designed a club where kids could come and be themselves. And they can design stories and build confidence and just have fun. So I started getting flocks and flocks of kids, and the parents start saying, "Oh my God, Miss Tameka, what are you doing? They love being here."
Yeah.
Like one parent told me, she said, "You know what, Miss Tameka, the punishment for my son is not coming to your camp."
Wow.
So that's pretty much how it started. So what I learned is, as being a young mom, doing it by myself because I was a single mom, and doing it all by myself, I learned that I couldn't do it all by myself.
Right.
And so I had to learn how to build support systems. Yep. And what I'll say is, throughout the years of me doing this and building support systems and just learning as I go, so to speak, I noticed that a lot of parents don't really like to build support systems because they feel like, well, if I say I need help, then that means I'm not a good parent. And that couldn't be further from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they say teamwork makes the dream work? Like, you can do only so much yourself. However, what Michael Jordan, that's the quote by Michael Jordan where he said something about you can win championships with a team or something like that. So if you really want to have a champion child, you have to understand it takes team effort. But it takes building that support system to say, hey, listen, I have all kinds of my motto is build a team for everything, right? So I have my mental health team. That means when I need a mental break from these little bambinos, hello, can you come get them, please? So I have my cry on the couch venting team, like, girl, I just need to talk about something. All kinds of different teams that help support to get things done. So that is something that I'm hugely advocating for parents on how to build support systems so that, as you say, they're not yelling.
Right. No yelling.
Right. So
I love it because I just wrote a piece about it, and a lot of times it takes a breaking point in order to get to the realization that asking for help and building a team is an empowering thing, and it helps everybody in the long run. It helps the people that you're building the team with, and it helps your kids, and it helps you, and it helps your relationships and your family. And I love this message because it's one that I've been focused on for the last several weeks in our group. And so it's a message that I want to continue, and it's really important for everybody to know that this isn't a single person job. It takes a lot to raise our kids. And how many kids do you have? Like you foster kids. So how often do you have a new child in your home? How does it work? Tell me how it works.
Okay. So my home is like a hotel. Kids check in.
And they don't check out.
And then go. Well, they don't want to check out. I'm telling you, they don't. It's just like literally they're here it is, the agency is coming and saying, oh, it's time to take the child. Like, no, I don't want to leave.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like, oh my God, don't do this to me. You know, so I have 3 biological children. The oldest one is 21, the middle one is 17, and the youngest is 7. And then the one that I currently foster, she's 7 as well. So being a foster mom was something that I always wanted to do, but I didn't just want to be like, because for some reason I'm not regular, so I didn't want to just be a regular foster mom. So I had to go through all the extra hurdles and hoops and stuff to become the certified specialty foster mom, right? I get all the kids that nobody wants.
Okay.
The ones that are just outlandish tantrums and and you know, those ones that everybody's just like, yeah. I'm talking about, they literally call me like, yes, Miss Anderson, so we have this one, and I'm like, yeah, lay it on me.
But I love that you do that.
And then it's kind of sort of like a project. It's like a project because then they're looking through the system and they're kind of like, Miss Anderson, oh my God, how did you do that? So then I'm training them, but I absolutely love it. I love what
we need you. Like I love that you are passionate about it. I love that you are like, you walk the walk and you talk the talk, right? We can blow smoke and do whatever, but you actually, you're doing it. You've succeeded. So that is a huge accomplishment for you, because you didn't want to be a statistic. You didn't want to, fall into the trap that unfortunately, so many young women fall into, because they're not guided properly, right? They're not told, you don't have to be this. In fact, you're not going to be this. You're going to actually finish high school and you're going to get a job and you're going to support yourself, because we're going to help you build your village. And these people are going to help you take care of yourself and your child and make your life whole. And you're a product of that. And so I think that it is a huge accomplishment for you. And I also think that it's an amazing message for you to give to your foster kids, because they see that you went through what they're going through. And 7-year-olds are a pain in the ass. So let's not mince words. So it's
7-year-old is the new 3-year-old. I mean,
they're all a bunch of jerks. But I feel like sometimes you just have to keep reminding them. Like I do it with my almost 11-year-old. When I want to get something across to Wyatt, I was saying this, Maria is on this video broadcast right now, my girlfriend Maria. She and I walk together in the mornings and we're good friends. But when I want to get something across to him, it's like I just kind of plant the seed and then I'll mention it every couple of times. And then when he's ready to bite, that's when the line gets pulled in a little bit. Because I feel like you can't preach to them, because they're going to shut you off. And so plant the seed, make a suggestion, make a comment, make it more than once, make it a few times, do it over the course of a few days. Keep reminding them that they are loved and they are special and their words matter, and all of the things that you do on a regular and consistent basis. And this is how, this is how we're going to raise, confident kids. And so when you're working with your parents, what is the number one message that you try to instill in them?
Don't try to be perfect.
Yeah.
That is something that even myself as a parent, I struggled with that for so long because, you see the moms in the
Sure.
magazines, they're just so prom and proper and just
Yeah.
everything. It just looks like it's,
It's not real life.
all got it
Right.
going on. Let me tell you something, okay? I tell people all the time, my house
Yeah.
is messy 99% of the
Yes.
time.
Mhm.
Okay. The reason why you only see my office is because you don't want to see any other part of the house.
It's true.
I tell people that's why we take videos
Right.
in the office because the other part, call it a creative
I love
hub,
it.
if you
I
will.
love it. Oh, yeah, I'm writing this.
But no, like the children, I am a firm believer of allowing children to be
Yep.
who they are, express how they are, and everything. As a matter of fact, it's so funny. The biological mom of the child that's in my home, she came to one of my
Right.
parenting seminars. And so she was asking me because she was seeing the little girl and everything before we started. So when she went on into the other section with the kids, she asked me, she said, Miss Tameka, why do you let her dress herself? I said, that's what you're supposed to do. That's how kids express themselves because she had on like
Yeah.
mismatched socks.
Who
I'm like,
cares?
hey, she's expressing herself as long as she's
Yes.
clean,
And
happy,
she
and
has the
fit.
clothes on.
Okay,
It's
everything
all
else.
good.
Right. And so I told him, I said, listen, you have to understand that if you say, no, I'm going to dress you, no, I'm going to do this, you're literally stripping
Yep.
away their identity from them. They are learning themselves, and you don't want to
Yep.
strip that from them. That's the reason why my my youngest child, you probably see her a lot in videos,
Yeah.
Symphony. She, everybody, when I tell you everybody loves to be around her because I have literally poured everything that I know into her. So she's a walking, talking, breathing product of what I
Tameka
teach.
Jr.
Yes. Yes. So, that's one of the things that I tell parents. Don't be perfect. Be yourself. And once you are who you are, that's going to spill over into
Yep.
your children. And if you don't like who you are, then you know what you
Right.
have to
Change
do.
it.
Change you.
Change it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Make
what I
the
tell
effort. Change it because you can't blame the product that you
them.
are putting out on the product.
Right.
It's the creation,
Yep.
right? So you can talk about how bad your kid is, and you can talk about how your kid doesn't listen. You can talk about all the stuff that but have you put these 10 things in place to make sure that that doesn't happen? And when you can't, and when
Right.
someone can't look in the eye and say, well, yeah, I actually have, so maybe we need to look at a different alternative. But when they say, oh, no, I haven't done any of that, then
I mean, but at the end of the day, the proof is in the
yeah,
pudding. I tell parents all the time, I can tell exactly who you are as a parent by looking at your child. Like, exactly. It was so funny because when I started the camps for the kids, right? And I would get to know these kids, I knew exactly who their
yep,
parents were and what they were
yeah,
about and what they did. It was one of the little girls. She was 5 at the time when she first came, and she was like falling out, having all kinds of tantrums and everything. So I never forget. I went to the mom. I said, "Come talk to me for a
right,
second." And we were talking, and I said, "So." I began to lay out. I said, "Tell me if this sounds like a normal day for you." She was just like, "Oh my God, are you psychic or something?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I can look and
right,
see what's going on in your house by what you allow through your child." I said, "Let me ask you another question. Do you want the tantrums to stop?" She said, "Yes, heck yeah, I want the
right,
tantrums to stop." I said, "Good." I said, "Are you willing to do what it takes to stop these tantrums?" I said, "Because right now you have relinquished your
yep,
power and control to
yep,
the child." I said, "That's how she gets you." And so she's like, "Yes." I said, "Okay, look, this is what we're going to do. You know she loves coming to the camp. So for the next 3 days, and I promise you it's not going to take more than 3, for the next 3 days, are you available if I call you and tell you to come get
right,
her?" She said, "Yes, because I'm working from home this week." "Sure. All right, good." First day, of course, I had to call. "Come get her, mom." She came and said, "No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't wanna... No, that's okay. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow." That was the first day. Second day, she tried to do a little better, but she still had to go on. I said, "Mom, time to come get." "No, no, no. I'm trying to.
you got
Maybe
to
we'll
go,
try again
right,
tomorrow. We'll try again tomorrow." By the third day, no more
Great.
tantrums. And the thing is that, like I was telling mom, I said, you have to set firm
Yeah.
boundaries. You're firm but
Yeah.
gentle. However, you have to let her know the response that she seeks. She's not going to
Yeah.
get it if she keeps doing what
Yeah.
she's doing. And
Be
yeah, so the
consistent.
rest is history. And I get kids who stay with me for years.
That's awesome. They're never leaving.
No.
No, look at your face. No.
So.
God, I love it. So,
Yeah.
okay. So now tell us what you have going on in your business so we can promote you here. Jackie's going to put some links up in our chat box for everybody. And then we're going to figure out how to download this, and I'll put it on my YouTube channel. I'll give it to you so you can put it on your Facebook page and stuff. So tell me what you guys have got, what you have going on right now business wise, so we can put you out there.
Okay, cool. I'm so excited about this. We're doing a beta launch, which means that we're doing a very, very soft launch of a new membership program called It Takes a Village. And this is going to be a super awesome membership site for parents of kids, teens, and everything in between, right? So we're going to have different parenting coaches and experts coming in, speaking on different topics. We're going to have video tips, downloads, parenting forums, like the works. We're going to have all of that good jazz. So right now, because we are in the beta launch stage, we are looking for 20 parents and only 20. Once we have 20, we're going to close it until we do our full-blown launch.
Okay.
20 parents who are willing to help us in building this membership site so that it's so super awesome that they're going to tell all their friends, and their friends, and their friends.
I love it.
So in exchange for that, we're allowing those 20 parents to get in at the grandfather rate of only $10 a month.
Okay.
You cannot beat that.
Not at all.
So I'm super excited about that. And that's what we have right now.
Okay. Tameka also has a Facebook group called Parenting Confident Kids. So if you guys want in the Facebook group, join it. She does a lot of good stuff in there. She has an ebook also called A Parent's Guide to Raising Happy Children Who Excel in Life. You can get that probably in your Parenting Confident Kids, but Jackie's also going to put the link up here. And that's it. That's all I have for you today, my love. So thank you so much for being here. This was fun. It was enlightening. And I think that you gave us a lot of really great information. So thank you. And I'm sure that we will be seeing more of you in the future on this show. Yes, because this is fun. And then I have to let everybody know about your video this morning. So this morning, I came home from dropping Elias off at school. And I was going through my Facebook feed, and Tameka's on her little face with her pink headband. And I was like, oh, what does she have to say this morning? And she was huffing and puffing because she just came in from a run. Or it was last night. Was it this morning or last night?
This morning.
Okay, so it was 7 o'clock this morning, and she's doing her little exercise, and she sees out of her peripheral vision something that's following her. So it causes her to like run like a lunatic until she's talking to herself saying, okay, let's calm down. And she realizes that her shadow was chasing her. I mean, I could not stop. She thought it was a bear in Atlanta. You have bears in Atlanta? I didn't even know.
So crazy.
I had to send her a Marco Polo, like crying. I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I can't.
Hilarious.
I can't. I love you so
Only
much.
Me.
I love you.
Why did I think it was a bear?
I was like, a bear? I thought you were going to say a clown. I thought the next thing was going to be one of those crazy clowns coming out of the woods in friggin' Alpharetta, Georgia, wherever the hell, Roswell, wherever you live. I was like, oh my God, I can't. Too much.
Why do you put up with me? Why do you put up with me?
I love you. Okay, so we are taking this off air. Tameka, you stay right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Maria Joy, I'll see you later. And I will send you the link. So I'm just gonna stop this broadcast. Oh.